Hi guys, this is a really short video and it's one I want to make based on something that's happened to me over the last couple of days, and it's very minor, but it's about what I've spoken about before, giving into desperation. Sometimes giving into desperation and feeling really desperate can lead you to what you want. So basically what happened is I had a horrible day yesterday. I've got this bad tooth which I'm waiting to get sorted out because I broke it off when I was on holiday. Been feeling really ill, so I had another procedure that I was supposed to be having this week which just got cancelled because of the fact that I wasn't very well and they wouldn't do it. And it just was a really shitty day, and I did feel pretty sorry for myself yesterday. I did, and I was kind of just thought I just don't want to do anything, and I felt really like bleh. And I was in that frame of mind, and I was in a very, very low vibe. Later on in the afternoon, I had some documents that had to get somewhere, and they're on a deadline. They have to be somewhere by a certain point. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the post office. I went to the post office, and where it usually is, I went into the building. Oh no, it's not here anymore. I don't know when that happened. And I said, oh right, okay. And she said, it's gone back to where it was before, along the high street. Okay, fine. I get along the high street, I get in there. There's a woman waiting with a couple of parcels. The guy behind the till on the post office counter, just there messing around. He's not saying anything. And I said, oh, excuse me. And he said, oh, the system's broken down. And I said, okay, so you're saying you want me to come back later? Yes, please. So the other woman throws her hands up in the air because he hadn't even said anything to her. Off I go. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, right, I go to the next little village. I know there's a post office there. No, it was closed. I went on to the next village. I know there's a post office. All the shutters were down. And it was just like kind of a bad dream. And so I thought, okay, you know when you can't get anywhere in a dream? So I thought, this is my mood. This is going to keep happening, so I'm just going to go home. Went home, I'll go in the morning. Now, today I felt much, much better. I still do have a toothache, but I thought, no, I'm not letting that vibration in. Today, no, and I felt much better, much better. I got to the high street. I went to park in this space. Another car went in there before I could get in there. I went to park right outside of the post office. Another car went in there, got in there. Okay, right, stay calm. I drove along the road. I couldn't park anywhere. It was absolute mayhem. There was not one single space. So I felt a bit like, come on, I'm feeling better now. And then I thought, residual, it's just residual energy, forget it. I drive on, I drive to where we used to live because I know there's a post office there. That is closed. Okay, take a deep breath. I drive on into a little shopping centre near the centre of town. I know there's a post office there. Yeah, cool. Permit holders parking is just everywhere now down that area. So I thought, God, I'm going to struggle to get in the main street. I drive along there, there are a couple of spaces, very tight, and there's lots of cars parked on the other side. I went to park in one space. This motorbike came up right up behind me, and he didn't give me any room to park. So I drove off and drove around the corner, and I'm kid you not, I nearly started crying. Because I just thought, this is ridiculous. I just want to post these documents. I have to post them, but I can't bloody well post them. And I literally internally went, please help me. And I just felt so desperate, but not really kind of expecting any help. And I really felt like this is ridiculous. I'm crying because I can't post a letter. This is crazy. But that is what it felt. I felt really desperate. I just thought, I'm going to drive around there once more and then I'm just going to go home. And I just don't think these documents are going to get there on time. And I drove around the corner right outside of the post office whilst I'm feeling really desperate, but absolutely like bleh. There is a massive space right outside of it. I didn't even have to park between two other spaces. I just pulled up right outside, went in, posted my letter, and I was smiling to myself thinking, I just gave in to desperation. Gave into desperation and I manifested. So that's what this video is about. You can give in to your desperation. You can just feel really, really desperate for something and just give into it and kind of feel that release. I'm so desperate, and just that's different than waiting. That's not a waiting energy. That's not observing reality as it is energy. It's almost, you're almost begging in the moment. I literally did feel like I was begging, but I didn't really expect anything to happen. I thought, I'm just going to come around the corner, not going to find a space. I'm just going to, because those two spaces are definitely going to be gone now, and I'm just going to have to go home. And I just think these documents aren't going to get there on time. And basically, if they didn't get there on time, then I would get my money refunded, and then I'd have to do it all over again. Real hassle. So anyway, there you go. That's what happened. So I have made a video about this before, giving into desperation. It's like, it's okay to feel desperate, often desperate, when I felt desperate in the past, I felt desperate on a few occasions in the past. I've always manifested it in the moment when I've been desperate. That's why I made that video before. If I can find that video here, I will put a link to it, because I can't really remember what I said in it, but it was all based around the same thing. Giving in to your desperation. You can be desperate and still manifest. It's not about the desperation, because the desperation is almost a massive release. It was for me, because I nearly started crying. I felt ridiculous, but I couldn't help it. I'm a very emotional person anyway, and it just was there. I was like, what the actual fuck, you know? And then it happened, and I posted, and I just thought, phew, thank God for that. And then do you know what I did? I went into Greg's next door and I bought myself a massive cake, which I don't normally do these days. And I thought, oh, stuff it, I deserve a cake. I bought myself a cake and had a really nice coffee when I came home, and then felt a bit like, ugh, probably shouldn't have done that, but I enjoyed it in the moment. So yeah, your desperation, don't be afraid of your desperation. Don't sort of be desperate and then start really fearful and worried, oh my God, I'm desperate, this is never going to happen. No, that's just really not the case. Like, it's very unusual for me to feel in that desperate state, I have to say, but I can think of that occasion and then 2 other occasions. One was something quite big and another thing that wasn't so huge, but each time I manifested really, really quickly whilst in that desperate state, because I kind of did give into it and just kind of wallowed in the desperation. And that's what I did today, for sure. Anyway, I hope this was useful. I mean, I know it's a ridiculous little thing, but it was a really big deal to me. It was taking up so much of my time. I have loads to do, and I was just driving around trying to find a bloody post office that was open. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching.